Welcome back to Centennial Reflections. I'm Rich Carvell. Ray Hall is sharing memories of his time at Arkansas State University. Let's talk about the time that you were SGA president. That was a historic thing because you were the first and the last.
That's right. I was the last SGA president of Arkansas State College and the first of Arkansas State University.
1966, 1967.
That's right. That was a really exciting time, and of course it had been worked for years by the local legislators and administrative staff and faculty at ASC, and culminated in the signing of the bill. We
got a picture
right here. We see the picture of Governor Rockefeller, and that was actually the first bill that he signed as the new governor when he took office.
Now, Ray, why aren't you in that picture? You were there, weren't you?
I was there, and actually I was to the right of Dr. Ring, and I've been cropped out of this picture. But I'm in some other publications, and you can see that I actually was the only student in the room. So I was proud to represent the student body of ASU at the signing of that historic.
What do you remember about that day?
That was a great day. We had a wonderful trip to Little Rock. I was with Coach Tomlinson, the athletic director, and Dr. Paul Couch, my father, and Benny Ellender, Coach Ellender. We all rode down in my dad's Oldsmobile bought at George Kell Motors. And we were in the gallery when the bill passed, and then it was rushed right down to Governor Rockefeller's office for signing. He wasn't planning on signing it for a few days, but the legislators were so excited they asked him to go ahead and so we could begin the celebration, and he graciously signed the bill. And from then on it was party time on campus.
Why did the bill pass then when earlier, several years earlier, it didn't?
Yes, it took a long time. It took, 8 or 9 years, I believe, after the failure of the first bill. It took a long time for the university, the college to get the publicity in the state, and also for the groundwork to be done with the legislators. And there were a lot of people responsible for that, traveling the back highways of Arkansas. A lot of background work done by some really great people to get those votes lined up. And also, Dr. Eugene Smith has mentioned we recruited a lot of faculty in that interim. In fact, we had more PhDs on campus than percentage-wise than the University of Arkansas when that bill passed. So we did our homework for the second round of the legislature, and of course we're very successful there. We had a wonderful drive. Student body got engaged, the legislators got engaged, the staff and administration got engaged, and we did our homework. And we had some help too from, of course, the University of Arkansas. The editor of the Traveler.
We got an editorial endorsement.
Got an endorsement from the editor of the Traveler at Fayetteville, and she actually had been in Jonesboro the summer before, and we'd taken her around the campus, and we took her to lunch at Citizens Bank, and Dr. Ring met with her, and she was on our side, and that's a little known story. It helped us a lot. That Traveler newspaper was flown down to Little Rock on a University of Arkansas airplane and distributed by Dr. Smith and my dad, in the legislature, and the vote came up immediately and it passed overwhelmingly. So I think that student endorsement had a great bearing on the final outcome at that point.
Well, it was a history-making day.
It really was, and it was snowing here on campus, and that just added to the festive atmosphere.
Right. You were telling me a story about the arch, which was constructed has A&M University on it back when it was an agricultural and mechanical college, and that was revived after you and I graduated.
Right.
As a symbol of Arkansas State, but you used it back when you were a student.
Yes, it was overgrown with vegetation. You couldn't hardly find it, but it was kind of unique, and so I used it on my letterhead for SGA President letterhead. And of course we had connections with the art department. A couple of the art students had keys to the print shop, and got in there one night and ran me off a few reams of letterhead with the arch on there. So we used the arch for our letterhead.
You met your spouse when y'all were students at Jonesboro High School?
Actually, Annie Camp Junior
Annie
High,
Camp Junior
way
High.
back, right, right. And she worked for Dr. Ring a couple of summers, pinch hitting for his secretary when she was on vacation. So she got to and be involved in the university drive as well that way.
And you graduated from Arkansas State and Arkansas State University, and went off to med school.
Right?
When you were looking for a place to practice medicine, you looked at a number of different sites. Why did you choose Jonesboro?
That's right. I always thought I wouldn't come back to hometown, but I lived in several large cities, and we had 3 children in Little Rock when I was finishing my residency, and I began to look for a community where you could raise children and have a very fine school system, and a university town was what I really looked for. And I thought the medical opportunities in Jonesboro at that time were unique too. There were so many needs, and so I think we made the right choice.
Well, those are lots of wonderful memories. I know that if we had time, you could share many, many, many more with us. Your daughter is now teaching in the Department of Journalism.
Proud of that, and my other daughter has 2 degrees here, and she's teaching in Jonesboro Public Schools in music. And then my brother is a full professor in psychology, and my sister-in-law teaches in a nursing school, and she was, I believe, outstanding instructor on campus last year. So I'm really proud of our pedigree with ASU. Goes way back to 1951, and we hope it continues. I don't forget my son. He also graduated here with the information technology degree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ray Hall has been our guest as he's remembered Arkansas State University Centennial Reflections. I'm Rich Carvell.